Hi there. Okay, doing good. So here I am with another Google Sheet workflow automation, and this is the second video of this series of this particular project specifically. And as you know that we have a gravity form which is filling in the data, and we are getting some data in a source sheet, and from source sheet we are pulling in the data in this sheet where we have built a system that's going to create the fill in the template which is in this format, and this format the data will get filled in, and a timestamp of the data, so and of the new sheet added, new sheet generated, along with the link to it will get popped up in here in front of the new entries. This setup will run every 5 minutes. So any accumulation, like any responses jumped in from the gravity form in this sheet will get fetched, and the reports will be generated accordingly. Report means like the new wedding list for each response. All right, and now let's start for the input side. So this is the input side with the minimal, and this you need to only put input only one time. So by default, you will find it's 5 in here, and there is nothing in here. So this one is says destination folder ID. So this is specifically asking for the folder ID of a Google Drive where you want to store the documents which are being generated based on the responses from the gravity form. So let me show you how you can go to that. So for example, this is the older ID. If I'll click on this link, this will take me to this folder. And for example, this is it. And let's suppose that we don't want to generate. This is a parent. This is a subfolder in your parent folder, and you want to generate create a new folder, maybe an year wise or maybe a zone wise or from any particular person. So let's say wedding plans ahead. So I'm creating a folder called wedding plans ahead, and I'm opening it. And as soon as you are in this folder, you will see in the URL bar, there is a proper structure, and after a forward slash word folder, and there is another forward slash. So the forward slash after the word folders, you have to copy the whole text before any forward slash on the right side. If there is any, just copy the text, jump back in, and set the ID in this cell by right clicking, paste special, click values only, or you can always use the shortcut Control Shift V. So you can click in here, and the folder ID is here. So now any document which will get generated from the gravity form response will get saved in this folder, which we can always look at by clicking on this button. So it will take us to that folder. Okay, it's opening and done. Now, the second field is for the name prefix. If you want to have a name which should start the document name, like for example, if you want to start it with the word wedding plan on second, so you can add wedding plan on word in this cell in here. So any word which will be added in here, that will become the starting of the file saved name. Then this is 5. So this is 5, and I will keep this 5. And I would ask you to set the trigger by entering 5 in here and clicking this set trigger button, so that the automation will get lined up that every 5 minutes it's going to check for the new responses from the gravity form, and if there are any, it will create the documents for those. For the testing purpose for this demo, I'm going to set this one and set triggers so that the system will start running, and every 1 minute is going to check if there are any responses. Now I'll take you back to the form the website form you shared with me, and I have some observation on here. So the first thing is that there are checkboxes for multiple breakfast item options, whereas you have selected please select only one. So I hope that there must be an option. There should be an option in the gravity form with the radio button instead of checkbox and asking for the client to fill in only one. Maybe if someone is not reading this part, or maybe someone unintentionally select both of these, and they expect that both of these breakfasts will be served on that particular day. So that will be not a good feeling if he find out, okay, no, only one will be served. And obviously within our system, we'll be checking in, like if someone is selecting all three, the standard full English buffet will be provided. If someone is selecting these two, so whatever the first selection is, that will be the option selected considered. And but I think there should be an option for the radio button. With the radio button, the problem with this checkboxes is another, that once we are getting the responses, then we are getting all the responses in one column, which is the first option of the breakfast out of 3. So you can see the first option has the full cooked, continental, and a standard. Both of 3 options are in this. Instead of the Full cooked should be here and continental should be here in this column, but it's fetching in all the information in one column, which means that this gravity form is considering this question as only one answer. Either you can answer this one, this one, or this one. So whatever answer you will be entering, that will jump in the first entry. And I was not expecting this, but when I saw the gravity form, which is with the check boxes, I think either you need to fix the radio buttons on the gravity form, or if you don't want to, if you have no plan to change in the gravity form, still the system will work because I have modified my code so that it will find if there is any vegetarian though, so it's going to fill in the this one if there is any standard selected, or if the continental filled in, so it will select these. This is one option. There is another problem I see in the Google in your forms is that once the form response is submitted, though someone is, oh, sorry, let me come back in here. So I'll jump in back question number maybe 16, 17. Okay, so you can see room number 14. Someone is not selecting room number 14 at all, but still you are getting some responses on the sheet, which is with the by default. Like for example, these are the last few. So you can see if someone is even not selecting any name or guest name or anything, still it is checking for the double room. So there should not be anything in here. Similarly for this room setup, maybe you need to change this on the gravity form. If you are not going to check that, I have to add a control that it's going to check if the name of the guest one is present, then it will consider it as selected as double room. If the name is not present in any of the room, if the first name is not present, the option will not be get considered. Like for example, if someone is not entering the name guest one name, so doesn't matter whatever he is selecting on the other cells, those will not get fetched in or will be considered as null. So either I can give it a control based on the first guest name, or you can change in the radio in the gravity form, so that if someone is not selecting a like if he is not willing to select any room, there should not be any options available for that room. Whereas let me show you in the gravity form, if I'll submit this form where I have filled in 10 rooms information and not filling in for the 11th, sorry, yeah, I'm not filling in the 11th room. Okay, now I'm going to submit this form and the data should be fetched in here any moment. Still, you will see a double room selected in this one and a double room selected in this one. You can see this is a new entry, double room selected. And on this side, you can see there is no timestamp available and document available. So this will get generated within 1 minute as we have a setup of 1 minute target. So now I have already explained that either you need to remove this from the gravity form responses and consider it if someone is not entering the guest name. Otherwise, I have to I think I'll add this control that if the guest one name is not available in any of the rooms, do not consider the room setup or that bed Z-bed requirement, yes or no, because this is going to fill the template. Let me see if we have already. Okay, so I think we have the document generated. Yeah, we have the document generated at 2030. So if they, for example, if someone is not selecting room 12, but still the double bed is there, so this will get checked in automatically because it is getting in. All right. So now I'll need to go back to the main sheet and click on this folder, this file, and this should show the generated document. As you can see, we have selected the full cooked vegetarian food, vegetarian breakfast. Let me go back to the gravity form and make sure this is what we have filled in. Okay, we have selected two, but obviously the first option will get approved. So vegetarian breakfast it is. And then you can see though we haven't selected the room, but it's here. And to go to that folder, for example, if you are clicking the file and opening the file, but if you want to see all the files generated, you can always click on this link and it will take you to that folder. And here it is. And you can see the name of the format is 02 2nd May 2024, which is the right date selected. Yes. And the name selected was Sajid FDSFFD. And this is the name we have in the file. If you want to change the date format for the name of the date format, like if you want to have it 1-5-2024, if or any other format, if you have in mind, like month first and then date and then year, you can let me know and I'll make the modification. So you can see this is working fine. And Yes, I think this is it from my side. And any responses jumped in from the Gravity form will automatically create the file info, and the file will get saved into the in the folder desired. Now I'll make the small change with this, that if there is no guest name one available, then do not fill in the rest of the information for that particular room. So that is it from my side. Everything is working and I'm ready to deliver. Please do let me know if you have any plan to change in the Gravity form for the drop downs, sorry, for the radio buttons instead of checkboxes. And if you are adding a control, doesn't matter if you want to add a control or not, I will add a control myself, so that in case the form will not get filled in wrongly. So that is it from my side. Looking forward for your response. Take care. Have a nice day ahead. Bye.